it's a time of changes. Now is the time to move on. This is the time for solutions. Feel the motion. BNEW is born. BNEW, now I'm connected to you. BNEW, BNEW will do it for you. This is the time for solutions. BNEW is for you.
Muy buenas tardes, les saludamos cuando es la 1 del mediodía desde el plató de PropTech, donde vamos a hablar ahora de la digitalización del sector inmobiliario en el Mediterráneo. Vamos a hablar de cómo se adaptan las nuevas tecnologías. Pero eso sí, esta sesión la vamos a hacer en inglés. Ya sabéis que en este acto transversal en el que conectamos con unos y con otros, en el que se hace networking con empresas, con administraciones, es un acto transversal en el que también nos adaptamos a distintos idiomas y por eso esta sesión la vamos a hacer también en inglés. Así que cambiamos ya de idioma. Hi, we are in BNEW and we welcome you from the set of PropTech. The digitalization of the Mediterranean real estate sector is a topic of increasing relevance today. Digitalization is allowing real estate companies to reinvent themselves and driving the digital age. And Spain stands out as a leading country in PropTech, taking advantage of technological advances and global connectivity. In addition, real estate investment in the Mediterranean region, with its varied destinations, offers unique opportunities for foreign investors from Mediterranean beaches to Asian metropolitan areas. This session focuses on how the region's leading property managers and developers are successfully adopting PropTech, a set of technologies that is transforming the way this sector operates. Paco Gómez is the person who will moderate this session. He's founder and managing partner at the Building Squad Ventures. Welcome to this session and BNEW.
Thank you very much.
Your platform is dedicated to innovation in building sector through startups. And we welcome also the rest of our guests. You are here in BNEW.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You also welcome and thank you for participating in this session. We will be with Dunia Fadi. We will be in a minute with us. He's the General Director of Realty in Dubai, and Dunia will be with us online. So we can start right now. Paco, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, in this session, we are going to talk about PropTech. And we can say that PropTech is an innovative and revolutionary approach to the real estate by using technologies, especially IT and digital transformation, for example, that optimize the way that people research, rent, buy, sell, and manage properties. These changes are wide and profound and open a new way of understanding the real estate for developers, for investors, for users, for property managers, etc. Changes in life, especially when they are intense and large scale, usually entail many types of problems and require adaptation, which can be more or less painful for everyone involved. So let's analyze from a perspective of a Mediterranean city as Barcelona, what changes are taking place and how they affect the real estate ecosystem. For start, Ramon, we're going to start with you. I would like your opinion about all these changes that are taking place in the PropTech. How can they improve lives? How can we improve life through the PropTech sector? Why is it so important for the people in the future?
First, thank you very much, Paco, and also BNEW for inviting me. And for me, it's a great pleasure to be here. And I am Ramon Riera. I am from Barcelona. Now I am a world president-elect of FIAPSI International and also owner of Eurofincas. And I would like to answer your amazing question in many ways. It enables real estate professionals to serve their clients much better and adapt to their various needs in more personalized ways. It increases the possibilities to optimize process and therefore freeing up people for higher level tasks and offering more free time to teams. It allows for a much better valuation and definition of the price of homes. It gives people the options to automatize their homes and they can better manage their homes. It can greatly improve the energy efficiency of our buildings and many other things if we know how to use technology well.
Okay, very interesting. So we can say that that there are a wide range of better technology that can help people in the future.
Yes.
One of this technology, which is really, I think it's very complicated to understand for many people, it's what we called about the blockchain and the token. This question is for you, Luis. How are blockchain and other decentralized technologies being utilized in PropTech to enhance transparency and trust in construction projects? How we use that?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the question. I think we've been talking about for a long time on blockchain. Everyone talks about blockchain, what the hell is blockchain, and so on, and kind of never came into fruition until kind of like very recently. I think in the last year and a half, we've been talking about tokenization of the economy. I think Larry Fink from BlackRock has been talking for the last 6-7 months about that the tokenization is going to be changing the market in general, and real estate is perhaps one of the best use cases that we believe that blockchain can help in this case. So, for example, in the case of Inmobiliario, which is a company that we invested in, and it's a very interesting company from many points of view, they're tokenizing real estate assets. And this is, for us, a fantastic revolution because the current use case to buy a house in Spain, if you're an external resident, or for example, if you're from Dubai and comes to Spain and wants to buy or acquire an apartment or a real estate property, you have to go to the notary, you have to talk to the lawyer, do the contract, come around, check the building, and so on. And with the due respect, it's a pain in the ass. And so we, through Inmobiliario, for example, this use case is resolved in a fantastic way. You buy a token that represents a particular piece of ownership of that real estate property, and that's about it. You can trade it. You can put it in your own wallet. You can receive the dividends, pretty much the amount of money that comes from the rent. You can do anything the hell you want, and that is just a click away. You don't have to go to a notary. You don't have to talk to guys, sleazy guys. No, easy. Super easy. So that for us is a magnificent opportunity that is taking right now place, and it's, in our opinion, going to take the real estate market by storm. And additionally, there are many interesting, in terms of transparency and advocacy for a kind of new world, that it's better for the average Joe, for the average person that wants to buy an apartment or wants to hedge himself against inflation, for example. There is the possibility of, in the future, of getting that piece of token, that NFT, and going to a bank and receiving a loan collateralized on that NFT. And we believe that is not that far away. That is way, way closer than many people think. We believe in the next 12, 24 months, that is going to be taking place. And we are very much convinced that that is going to be a fantastic revolution.
But do you think that this technology is ready for the general public? Do you think that people that usually go into the agency, watching the pictures, asking for the money, the loan, do you think that people are ready for that?
Well, let's first understand what is the market. And I like to go deep dive into the market. Who's buying an apartment? And what is the average or median transaction that goes into an apartment here in Spain? What is around 300 grand, 300,000 euros? It depends of which kind of city is 2,400, 3,000 euros square meter. That is out of the scope of many people. Many average Joe that get, if the median income in Spain is 29,000, it's not in the median, it's the average salary. The median is lower. The average salary is 29,000. How the hell are they going to be buying an apartment of 300,000? So the point here is real estate is an investment that it's outside of the scope for the average Joe, for the guy that makes the economy work. And so that's the reason why we believe that this technology can help thousands and hundreds of thousands of people to get access to a market that right now is banned for them. And moreover, if the thing is on blockchain, we tend to talk a lot about technology, and no one gives a damn about technology, because in the end, it's about how can I buy an apartment that it's easy for me, that I can rent it, and I can make money from it as an average person. And right now, you have to download a wallet, do all this fanciful stuff. It's really difficult for the average Joe. So this is what we have to make sure that it's easy. Immobilize is actually doing that in a very good way, which is let's keep it simple, the access to those wallets. They don't have to think about wallets. They don't have to think about anything. It's just a platform you buy, and then you can resell it if you want. And so that is, for me, when you deep dive in the market, you understand that that is a fantastic use case. There are other.
Tokenization allows you to buy a part of a house, or it's just you have to need to buy the house. It's another way of buying a house, or you can buy a part of a house. And
yeah. So in the case of, well, it obviously depends on the contracts and everything, but in this case, yeah, for sure, you can buy pieces. In the case of Immobilize, you can buy 100 euros piece of an apartment. So you can buy NFTs that are reflecting that properties. You can buy parts of houses, parts of massive real estate deals, or whatever you want to do.
Okay, great. We can welcome again also Dunia from Dubai. Hello, Dunia. How are you?
Hi, Paco. Hi, everyone.
Thanks for being here and for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you are based in Dubai, right?
Yes.
Could you explain a little bit about what are the characteristics of the PropTech sector there in Dubai? Are you very advanced? Are you just maybe beginning, starting? What's the market over there?
So Dubai is known to be the driver in the digital and smart environment. So it starts from all the services that are linked to the real estate business, all the way to builders and banking and everything. So everything can fall under digital framework. We actually don't have paperwork anymore. We use smart contracts provided by the government and their own application. We also have a lot of AI involved in our everyday tools that we use. We, as a company, as eXp Realty, we operate out of the metaverse. So we have our own space in the metaverse where we all collaborate, work, and train. There are various aspects where PropTech is very much used in Dubai, in our region in general.
Talk a little bit about the metaverse, because it's something that looks, it doesn't really start going in a wild scale. It's just, at least people doesn't use too much this technology. How do you use this technology in the PropTech?
So for us as a company, as I mentioned, we use it because we are a big company. We are in 24 countries and we have more than 89,000 professionals that work together. So the company has created this virtual space for everyone. We're a cloud-based brokerage where everyone can come in. Like if you go right now, there is Dubai office, France office, Spain office, Portugal office, US, Canada, all the countries we operate in. So if you would like to visit any of the offices, you can join in the eXp University to do trainings. We're able to also offer that technology to our clients and offer them an immersive experience in terms of real estate and meetings. In our everyday life, of course, I have my kids. I know I have two teenagers that use metaverse. Basically, they're playing games, and they're the first ones in the family to use the metaverse. And now we use it for work and other reasons.
Nice. Okay, Ramon, this is a question for you. At the end, for using all these tools, we have also the public sector that needs to help, needs to push a little bit, because if not, people cannot go ahead on that technology. What is the situation now? What do you think about the public sector? Is it helping?
It's a very interesting question. No? I think so that the public sector can help in the digitalization of real estate agencies. With the next generation funds from the European Union, a small step has been taken, but there must be more help in the future. The public sector
Yes.
can help in giving financial or non-financial support to incorporate home automation in air conditioning, heating, lighting, etc., through apps and hardware software, either in the construction phase or through retrofitting. I think so that it's very necessary the support of the public sector, because it's necessary, and I listen, Luis, and it's necessary to teach the citizens for the use the technology. It's very necessary, and the public sector is the more important topic.
Do you think it's pushing?
Yes.
Do you think the sector
Yes,
is pushing?
yes, yes. I think
In
so.
what way?
Yeah, now there are funds, and the fund generation about the European Union.
It looks that these
but
funds-
not all people know that at this moment are financial systems. But if it's my opinion that it's very important pedagogy, pedagogy and teach and all citizens, not only the real estate agents.
So you don't think that we are far ahead from the public sector view to what is going on the market? You don't think so, that? Because a lot of architects, a lot of people think that this doesn't go right.
No, the problem is the information. Because there's not always there are the same information, and not always there are and a good information. And sometimes I don't know where I can to have good information about this very important questions for us, because it's the world change every day, and the technology I think so help us for the change. But it's very important to teach and to learn, and also a lot the pedagogy about this important topic for us.
This is a question for you, Luis. How do you see the PropTech sector here in Spain? We are talking from a Mediterranean perspective. How do you think it's going on? Do you think this is really it's top sector? It's a good vertical? What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's
as an investor, okay?
Indeed. Well, we're in my case, we're very much centered into Web3 projects, but obviously the real estate and Immobiliario is part of that. So my point, yes, it's a very interesting sector because there's a lot of things to revolutionize in that sector. If the question is right now in the next year a fantastic place, maybe yes, maybe no. It depends, because the interest rates for some for the buyers and so on is going to be complicated if you talk about buying a full house or a full whatever, it's going to be difficult because of the interest rates. However, buying parts of houses, buying parts of pieces and so on, that for me is the deal. That's why I'm very bullish. We're very bullish on the next year, 2 years, because of the specific economic situation and inflation, obviously. So property is a hedge, natural hedge against inflation, and that's why we are bullish either way.
You have a portfolio from PropTech companies?
Well, Nuka itself has, for example, Housefly, which is here before. That's part of the company, and there are many on the PropTech sector that has invested. In the case of the Web3, we invested in Mobilize, but we're always looking for opportunities in the real estate sector and Web3 for sure.
Dunia, a question for you. A digital transformation in the real estate is a reality right now. But do you think that this technology can completely replace the traditional apartment buying and selling process agencies? Do you think?
Thank you for this question, Paco. In fact, this morning I had a conference about AI, and the big question behind AI is always, will it replace jobs? Not only real estate, talking about all the sectors. And the prominent answer is not entirely. It might replace some of the jobs, but it will also create other opportunities and other jobs for people. But when we talk specifically about real estate, when a client is buying a piece of real estate, whether it's for investments or buying it as an end user to live in it and create another new life, that is a very emotional process for the client. And I don't think machines or anything automated can entirely replace that process. It can help expedite, it can help facilitate, but it will never replace entirely that, because people buy from people, and we are in the service, we're in the business of serving people as a real estate agent. So we will always be that human element into when you're buying real estate. So yes, we can use the technology to create immersive experiences, when you're viewing a property, or you can create digital staging and smart staging to see how the property could potentially look like. We could use it in architecture to, create more sustainable smart housing. We can use it in our CRMs, in our portals, to support and facilitate and give better customer service, but nothing can replace the human effect when it comes to buying a real estate.
So do you think that probably they will coexist?
They will always coexist, yes. That's, like I said, the technology is there to support what we do, but it will never replace us entirely.
Okay, great. Ramon, question for you. Maybe this is a wide question, it's a large question to answer, but let's see your opinion. What challenges do you think that the real estate companies really face when it comes to adopt a PropTech technology, and how these traditional real estate companies overcome these problems and adapt this technology?
It's not easy question. I think so that there are two cycles, before pandemic and after pandemic. Okay? The technology exists before pandemic, but not all real estate agents use this technology. I have memory about the day that all people come to the house with the PCs and computers, no? When I arrive to the house and I have an digitalization documents or no? This is the question. In my case, yes, but I know in other case, no. And I think so. In this moment, the old people have a big reflection, the importance of the technology. After pandemic, all companies, all real estate, almost real estate, begin to use the technology.
They see that it's a we or we, yes or yes?
Yes, because are very important now. And I think so that last days in another congress, and a good friend said, before pandemic, all real estate agents. After pandemic, if all use the technology, real estate super agents. It's very important. The mentality, but it's very important also that different national and international real estate associations teach and provide the tools for the all real estate agents use at this moment. For example, I think so that now we have a lot of information about how many PropTechs there are at this moment in Spain. In my real estate association, we have a map, big map, big map. Okay. And I think so in this BNEW talk about, but we control more or less about 500 PropTechs in our country.
Acting in our country?
Yes,
all of them?
In Spain, on our country. It's very important.
Not all of them Spanish companies, but acting in this market.
Yes, more or less control, okay? And it's very interesting now that there are a lot of PropTechs in Spain, no? But it's very important how many PropTechs are important for us, no? In the moment that use the technology, no? And every time speak about which types of PropTechs we need, no? The finance, of the management,
Yeah, but
of the
usually
captation of the properties, etc.,
Yes.
etc.
It's true, but usually I think the startups, I mean, it's like a pyramid. You have a lot of startups in the base,
Yes.
but then as long as you go up, these startups start disappearing, and at the end it arrives maybe 5 or 6 that can be real used, and they are profitable, and they offer something interesting. So it's good that it's, as you said, a good base of startups.
Yeah,
We have this other sector which is, which say it's parallel and very related to PropTech, which is Contech. Contech, it's
but I think that we have a good moment, but we need information and we need to study everyone, okay? But, because it's important that that now which PropTech do you need, but not all PropTech it's okay for all companies. But it's true that at this moment, for example, me in LinkedIn, every time I receive a lot information, a lot people that want to sell me a packet of the technology. No? But I think so that this moment is necessary to look and to select which. But if you want and a real estate super agent, you need to use now the technology and a PropTech.
That is a must. That is a must. Okay. Dunia, maybe you can also, are you aware about the PropTech, how many startups are working in or trying to overcome in Dubai in this sector in PropTech? Is this something that's very active there?
So Paco, I won't have a number exactly, but I can tell you that there are a lot of solutions that are in Dubai. And the good thing is because Dubai has become a global platform, we have solutions that are coming from all around the world, not only homegrown or startups from locally, but we have also a lot of international startups that are coming and making Dubai a hub for them to launch their business to the region. So we do have a lot of apps for mortgages. We have right now, even for sales. But as I said in the beginning, the government itself has the whole entire buy-in process of real estate in Dubai. It goes through an app. All your contracts are made in an app. From the initial contact with between the broker and the seller, and then all the way to transferring and receiving your title deed, as well as a digital format. So yes, we do have, I don't have a specific number, but we have multiple companies that are trying. And I would advise that when using a technology, it's very important for the company, because when you use the technology, our business becomes dependent on it, right? Our daily use of it makes our business go smooth and faster, and we give better customer service. But the problem is if we go with the wrong technology or the wrong provider or someone who cannot sustain for longer, then our business gets interrupted if something happens to them. So my advice to anyone who's going to go and venture into using technologies, to do a proper due diligence, do proper homework before you tie up with the technology provider that is not 100% solid, or has received enough funding, or it's at a very early stage of their journey in terms of as a startup.
Okay, because usually one of the problems that startups have is the way that if they can be scalable projects or not.
Yes.
So this is a question for all of you. I mean, everyone can answer what you want. Do you think that, or are the PropTech technologies globally scalable, or do different regions on the planet pose different problems? For example, the regulations, the habit of the people. Can we say that PropTech in general is scalable? We can use the same technology in Dubai than in Barcelona or in London? What do you think about that? It's for every one of you.
Go ahead.
Ramon.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. It depends on functionality. All PropTechs that offer image solutions are easily scalable internationally, as are examples of real estate asset tokenization. However, those that are closely linked to transaction or rental process are more difficult since they depend on the laws, norms, and customs of each country. It all depends.
What do you think, the rest?
I agree with Ramon. They're all scalable, but it all depends on your region and where you're operating. Because again, regulation is a huge problem. Like tokenization, for example, take that, or fractional ownership. You have to abide by the laws of the country. So in Dubai, we do have fractional ownership, right? But it's very different than it is in the rest of the world. And any company who tries to come to Dubai, for example, to have their startup, scaled into the region, they must adapt to the region's regulations and laws and culture. And there are so many aspects that play into it, and not only so. Even if we take simple app like away from PropTech, if we just take food delivery, for example, it seems simple. Any app that is operating anywhere in the world can have food delivered. You just open your phone, you order the food, and have it delivered to your home. But at the back end, there are so many regulations. How do you hire those drivers? How do you use the space? What are the laws and regulations and requirements of each country? So yes, you can, but you'll have to be prepared to go through all the steps to meet the requirements of that country or region that you're targeting.
No, I think you made a point, very important point, which is the UX, the user experience is the same, but everything in the back is completely different, right? On the point of tokenization, I wanted to also say something. I think tokenization is something that on the surface is really easy. It's just creating a contract, mirroring an asset, and that's about it. But it's difficult. There's a lot of things that you got to do to make sure that works out. For example, making sure that the assets are actually correctly pictured on the balance sheet of the company, and that's correctly shown on the NFTs or tokens that they're mirroring that asset. Then the regulation, for example, in the case of Europe, regulation is more clear than in the rest of the countries. In the rest of the world, let's put it that way. In the case of Dubai, for sure, it's way easier because you guys are really on the blockchain side and for a long time and so on. But many other jurisdictions in the United States and so on, that's complicated, and that's the key thing. But we believe that this will be overcome, that this will be a global market, that this will be something that in the future that it can be exchanged, it can be bought, it can be sold anywhere in the world, and that's what, in the case of blockchain, gives this, right? And we're very interested into that, basically.
Thinking about companies like Uber or Glovo,
yes,
that as they become global, they have had a lot of problems to extend all over the world. And when you fund a startup, especially when you're backed from a venture capital, your limit is the world. So I think this is a point that it's important to understand when you are trying to back a PropTech startup. To say that maybe here in Spain or maybe in Dubai can work very good, but then when you try to scalate it and go to other markets, sometimes you can have a lot of problems. And due to the regulation, or as Dunia said, the habits that people have that maybe are not the same. So this is, I think it's a problem to solve in this area. There's another thing that is very important in the construction sector, which is the sustainability. Sustainability is key for each sector, but construction sector, it's maybe the most, the sector that contributes most to the carbonization of the world, of the planet. Do you think that through PropTech we can help achieving the ESG objectives? We can do that? There's space for that on the PropTech, or PropTech doesn't care about that? It's more Contech who cares about that. What do you think?
I think so that the PropTech, the technology, and the sustainable is necessary to work together.
But there's a space, there's room for doing things, because at the end, most of the PropTech companies are SaaS. Yeah. They don't touch technical, physical products or physical way of building, because what we build is the architect, is the one who is in the context sector, not in the PropTech sector. So how can PropTech help on that? If it can,
Yes,
I don't know.
in the last weeks, I was in Indonesia, in Jakarta, and I saw new buildings, new and very very big buildings, skyscrapers, 60 flats, and 1,500 apartments, all automation, all, and it's a sustainable building. So the PropTechs are in this very big building, 1,500 apartments.
Not bad.
Yes, pool, fitness, restaurant in Jakarta, Indonesia, no in US, Jakarta. And all building, all apartments, home automation.
Yes. So trying
Use the PropTech.
spend less energy.
Use the PropTech, the PropTech in the new constructions. In Spain, I think so too. But the more important is that the construction and the use the PropTechs also with the more sustainable and efficiency, energy, water, and others. Not only sustainable, okay? It's very important.
It's a combination of
All the combination, and it's here because I visit different countries and Asia is different, okay? Taiwan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and the new constructions in the last 10 years,
has changed.
Yes, change and use the technology and use of the sustainable.
Okay, any idea about that?
Well, I mean, for me, in the point of view of the ESG, in the end, ESG is done by BlackRock and some other massive hedge funds and investment funds around the world that imposes several things. And so they don't construct anything, but they oblige others to do it. So in the end, it's about where's the money? Who's paying this? And is the customer concerned about that? Because if he or she is, this will eventually be a problem of PropTech, Contact, or whoever the hell that is, because that's regardless of the fact. The fact is the customer cares about it or not, is willing to pay a premium or not. And if it's willing to pay a premium and is sufficiently concerned, everyone will do it because they will be interested in paying for those apartments.
There are three factors that can change or can improve really the sustainability in the construction within the next years. One is convincing people that it's better for the world. And the survey says that only 1 out of 5 are convinced that I will pay more for having that. Second, if you are obliged to do that, if the public sector say, no, buildings have been done like that, and if the buildings are done not like that, I don't give you the permit. And third, it would be when the materials used are less expensive. At the end, the manufacturers can do that, and you don't have a choice. I mean, it's less expensive to use that we are using by now, no? Dunia, sorry, yes.
No, Paco, only 1 minute. In my real estate association in FIAPSI International, we have committees, a committee of the sustainable constructions, and every 2 months we have a webinar and talk about the innovations materials, okay, and the new constructions, and also we have a PropTech committee too. And
to analyze everything.
Yes, and if here in this room there are people interested and to participate in these committees, no problem. I give my business card and I invite at these webinars. Very interesting because are international committees, and international architects, international engineers, etc. It's very important that in the world at this moment worry for this topic.
Okay, Dunia, I was going to say, in Dubai, usually there's a lot of heat. It's true that?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So the building should be prepared for that, and that requires a lot of energy, I guess, and trying to do things very smart. How do you face these things, these prevention for trying to live in a better environmental?
So Yes, like you have stated, Paco, the heat here and the humidity levels are very high, but it has been always the case. So it's from the early
10 minutes.
times of construction, it has been all the buildings are built in a way that, but of course, having a chiller and AC and all of that consumes a lot of energy. And right now, we still can't do without it. To be honest, there are still renewable energy solutions that are being tested and not entirely used, but tested. So we're still in an early stage when it comes to that. But going back to sustainable planning, it's now become necessity. It's no longer an option because, as we can see, our planet is suffering majorly from this problem. And every like when we talk about urban planning and cities growing and I'm happy to say this, but I saw technologies that could also be implemented on existing buildings, not only new construction, but even pre-existing, communities and towers can benefit from this technology today in today's day and age. So the future looks bright, but I think the implementation process takes little time because it's something new, and we have some of the cities in Europe. Especially in the Scandinavian countries and the Nordic countries, they are leading in this space, and we can mimic what they have and apply here. We have started because we have something here called Sustainable City, where all the water can be reused. All the gray water can be reused for gardening, and also the electricity is generated through solar energy, solar power panels that are applied. Also, there are no cars allowed inside the community, but again, because of the heat during the summer, it's a little bit challenging. So we have to be careful because we do have to use sustainable methods, but we also have not to make the customer suffer in the process. So it has to be introduced and tested slowly into the new environment that we're in.
Having in count that you are placed on the desert, do you use materials like wood or similar materials that are more common in the Northern Europe, America, or
for building? No,
yeah.
we use concrete and steel, a lot of it in this part of the world. The wood is not, because I also get, I don't know if it's a culture or it's something that's out of habit, but when I see, homes being built in the US out of wood, I wonder because in Dubai or in the Middle East region, it won't stand the heat.
It's
and,
unsustainable.
and
it's not possible.
Yes,
It's
it's not
unsustainable.
exactly. It's not. But there are, I think, a lot of materials that are now being created out of less harming products to the planet that are being tested, and I think soon we will see better environments being built for everyone.
Okay, so I think we are in the closing. We have only 4 minutes left, I think, more or less. I would like from you one last thing, one last idea. I think it's important to overcome which can we, or how can we see PropTech as something that helps the future in construction? How can it help? Give me an idea, very brief, of what do you think that 1-2 ideas that PropTech would really help the construction, the real estate in the future. Yeah. For example, Ramon.
Digital twins, digitalization in industrial manufacturing process, in material and construction and fitting home automation are the main advance in construction. That's very important.
Please.
Well, I mean, if from a PropTech sense, everything which is related to opening borders, making sure that more people can buy, more people can acquire an apartment or a house or a real estate property, that it can be done in a completely different way, like using as a utility and making sure that you can use different places around the world, you can travel around the world, and you can use your own properties around the world without having to own the whole property for itself. That is obviously on a tokenization side. I don't want to repeat myself, we already said it, but this is one of the things. And I think the second thing is automation also. For example, if you have a utility token, you want to get into a valley villa in Bali that is open via an NFT. You can do it with having that NFT in your wallet. You open it directly and you come in. That for me is automation. That for me is quality of life. That for me is an enhancement of what we have right now as the status quo.
Dunia, what do you think?
So for me, if we're talking specifically in construction, I would say smart home solutions that help, in saving energy and automation, like Luis mentioned, but in a different way, and also preventive maintenance, because as we build these structures, they age and they need, care, and also to prevent, disasters from happening, like fires and floods and all of that. So I think preventive maintenance and smart home solutions could be incorporated at a very early age when constructing a building.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paco, to moderate this session, and also to Ramon Riera from FIAPCI and Luis Florit from NucleoApps, and also Dunia Fadi from X-Reality in Dubai to share your time with us and your experience. And now we are concluding this session. In conclusion, digitalization and real estate investment in the Mediterranean region are constantly evolving, offering a fascinating panorama for investors and professionals in this sector. And in this session, we have also talked about the need for public sector aid in economical themes, tokenization and its regulation depending on the country, the sustainability and its investments. In particular, we highlight the attraction of Dubai as a real estate investment destination due to its strong economy and strategic location. In the European Union, Spain, and in particular the coastal area, remains a favorite destination for real estate investment, attracting foreigners and for its attractive tourism, investment opportunities and quality of life. So this is the conclusion of this session. We close here in this session with the mobility set. And this is an international event. We can continue in the another session. Thank you so much for everybody.
Fabricamos talento, fabricamos innovación y, cómo no, sostenibilidad. Fabricamos una nueva economía y un mundo nuevo, en 3D, por supuesto. Pero sobre todo, fabricamos futuro. Y es que fabricamos empleo para más de 137.000 trabajadores. Fabricamos oportunidades globales de negocio en un espacio de más de 10 millones de metros cuadrados. Y fabricamos servicios de vanguardia y ventajas competitivas para más de 175 empresas. Consorci de la Zona Franca. Fabricamos oportunidades para tu futuro.
Barcelona Activa et connecta quan busques feina o formació, quan vols emprendre o impulsar el teu negoci. Connecta amb Barcelona Activa i aconsegueix els teus reptes professionals. Descobreix com a barcelonaactiva.cat.
Barcelona means relaxing. It means flying. Barcelona means discovering. It's sharing. Barcelona means touching the sky. Barcelona means stopping time. Barcelona is life. It's love. Barcelona is unique. It means countless likes. Which Barcelona do you know? Discover them all at barcelonaismuchmore.com.
Catalunya és un país que es mou. Milions de persones es desplacen cada dia. I cada cop més ho fan amb transport públic. Catalunya aspira a tenir la gestió integral de la xarxa que connecta tot el país. Una xarxa capil·lar i extensa que permet la mobilitat de proximitat. Una xarxa que connecta territoris, pobles, barris i ciutats. És a dir, que connecta persones. Una xarxa que afavoreix l'equilibri entre territoris i dinamitza l'activitat econòmica i que, alhora, ajuda a la descarbonització i facilita la descongestió de les nostres ciutats. Perquè sabem que una bona xarxa de transport públic és fonamental per a la qualitat de vida de les persones. Volem un transport públic per a tothom i a tot arreu.
Bienvenidos a The Factory Barcelona, la fábrica de talento, de tecnología, de innovación y, por supuesto, de Barcelona. Y es que The Factory consolida a Barcelona como la capital europea de la industria 4.0, de la digitalización, de la transformación, creando en la ciudad 1.500 puestos de trabajo directos y 5.000 indirectos, cerca del metro, del puerto y del aeropuerto, e impulsada por el Consorci de la Zona Franca de Barcelona.